Welcome back to True Cyber Crimes, that show where we usually talk about hackers, ransomware gangs, and that one guy that tried to brute force his ex's Netflix password 4,000 times.
Oof, as a true hero of our time, right?
Right? But today we're launching something special, a new mini-series we're calling IT Blunders, the story where nobody needed a hacker, the company just destroyed itself.
Yeah, self-inflicted cyber wounds. It's the digital Darwinism of our age. Natural selection, but for servers and switches and anything with blinky lights.
And some of the clowns that go along with that. So we're going to kick it off with one of the most expensive oops moments in human history, a mistake so catastrophic, so unbelievably stupid that it cost $440 million in 45 minutes.
So 10 million a minute is that's a
Yeah,
high rate.
roughly.
That's like burning a Bugatti every 60 seconds. Ouch.
This is the story of Night Capital, the day a single server woke up and chose violence.
It was violence. Love it.
So, so let's set the scene. It's August 1st, 2012. High frequency trading is a hot new thing. Computers are buying and selling stocks faster than you can say, I should invest in an Apple.
Or faster than Chris can lose money on crypto.
Right, right. Thanks for bringing that up. I bought one meme coin as a joke, and suddenly I'm the poster child for a bad decision.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Night Capital made worse decisions, so don't worry about it, Chris. They were one of the biggest trading firms on Wall Street, billions and billions of dollars flowing through their systems every single day. On this particular morning, they were rolling out new software to support a New York Stock Exchange program called RLP.
RLP, Retail Liquidity Program, basically. Let's make trading faster and more competitive.
Which is ironic because Night Capital's system was about to become a little too competitive. Like, I'll buy everything on the market, whether you want me to or not, competitive.
And here's the thing, this wasn't a hack. No Russian cyber gang, no disgruntled employee, no 14-year-old in the basement with a hoodie and a Red Bull.
This was just tired, overworked engineer, rush deadline, probably pushed it through dev and test a little too fast, and a piece of code that should have been deleted years ago.
A tired and rushed engineer. Doesn't that sound like every engineer you've
It's
ever known
redundant.
who's been
It's
told
redundant.
to get
Yeah.
something done? So zombie code, the undead of the programming world, it just sits there waiting for somebody to accidentally poke it with a stick.
And Night Capital poked, and it poked hard. So here's how the disaster started. Night Capital had 8 servers running their trading system. 8, not 80, not 800, just 8.
Oh, that's
Sim-
adorable. I, I've seen
right?
high school robotics teams with more servers,
Yeah, that's not what I would expect for, somebody
billions of
dealing with
dollars getting
billions of
pushed
dollars a
through.
day. Yeah. So they needed to deploy code, new code to all 8 servers. Simple enough. It's only 8 servers, except they did it manually.
Manually, like dropping and dragging files like it's 1998. And we're installing AOL from a CD-ROM.
Kids don't know what CD-ROMs are these days, Chris. We're gonna have to update that analogy. And the technician, who I'm sure is living under a new identity somewhere at this point, updated 7 of the servers.
Well, weren't there 8?
There
So
were there
he
were
forgot
8.
one.
There were 8. Server 8 was the forgotten child, the middle seat on an airplane, server equivalent of that one stock that disappeared. One stock. Yes, there were 8. In fact, server number 8 was the forgotten child, that middle seat on an airplane that nobody wants. It was the server equivalent of that one sock that disappears in the dryer, never to be seen again.
And here's where it gets worse. Server 8 still had an old function on it called power peg.
Sounds like something from Mario Kart that didn't make it to production.
It was basically a test script designed to buy high and sell low. The exact opposite of what you would think you would do in the stock market, which is even odd that they would even have that on there.
Yeah, well, in the new code in 2012, they reused the same flag or trigger that used to activate this power peg code.
So when the system sent the start trading command to all 8 servers,
Well, 7 servers said, "Cool, we're running that new code."
and server 8 said, power peg activated. Let's destroy the economy.
That's,
At 9:30 a.m., the market's open, and instantly server 8 goes rogue.
yeah, it started buying millions of shares in 148 different stocks at the highest price and selling them at the lowest price.
It sounds like I could be a stock trader.
Yeah, right.
It was a toddler with a credit card just clicking buy now on everything.
Yeah, and the market, well, starts glitching. Stocks that are spiking and crashing for no reason. Traders are panicking. Obviously, CNBC anchors are sweating through their makeup.
And meanwhile, inside Knight Capital, alarms are going off. Dashboards are lighting up like a Christmas tree. Engineers are screaming.
Well, and the best part, Chris, they didn't know which server was doing it.
They didn't realize it was server 8.
Yeah.
And they had no kill switch, no stop all trading button, no, oh gosh, shut it down lever.
So what did they do?
They uninstalled a new code from the 7 good servers.
So that forced all the traffic onto one bad server, server number 8.
Oh, jeez. It's like your kitchen is on fire, so you decide to pour gasoline on it and maybe, hey, maybe that'll help.
So, well, this is the moment where every IT person listening just starts screaming, right? They know what's happening.
It took them 45 minutes to figure out server 8 was the culprit.
All right. So 45 minutes. That's shorter than an episode of Yellowstone. It's one run to Target and back. That's how long it takes Chris to pick a movie on Netflix. I don't know. That's pretty fast, Chris.
Hey, I like to read the descriptions, man, off my back.
By the time they shut it down, Knight Capital had accidentally $7 billion worth of stocks that they didn't want.
Accidentally. Well, I'm glad I've never made that big of a mistake. And when they had to unwind those positions, they lost $440 million.
And that sounds, considering 7 billion was hanging in the balance, a loss of only 440 million doesn't sound terrible, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they did all right.
Yeah, well, the company was worth about 300 million at the time. That's the problem.
They lost more money than the entire company was worth in 45 minutes.
Yeah, within days they needed a bailout. Within months, they were swallowed by another firm, and Knight Capital is just gone.
All because someone forgot to update one server.
So this is what we call the tax on sloppiness.
Or the technical debt collector coming to break your kneecaps.
Yeah, Knight Capital, they had years of old code sitting around. Nobody cleaned it up. Nobody deleted it. Nobody said, hey, maybe we should leave a financial suicide button on this server. And frankly, if it was that old, nobody really even knew it was there.
Yeah. It's like the drawer everyone has in their house. It's filled with old chargers, expired coupons, and mysterious keys that don't unlock anything.
Yeah, no, that coupon, I've got a coupon for Culver's that's going to get me a free custard one of these days. Except in this case, the drawer exploded and took down an entire Wall Street firm.
And guess what? The SEC, they took notice. They realized that a single software bug could destabilize the entire market.
Yeah, that's when circuit breakers became a thing. Basically, if the market starts acting like it's possessed, we're going to pull the plug.
But even with circuit breakers, it all comes down to the person hitting deploy.
And whether they had coffee that morning.
So what do we tell the IT pros listening?
Well, number one, automate your deployments. If you're manually copying files in 2012 or 2026, you're doing it wrong.
And number two, delete your dead code. If you're not using it, kill it. Don't let zombie code lurk into the shadows like a raccoon in your attic.
Yeah, I mean, between automating your deployments and deleting dead code, these both kind of drive the message of verifying what you did, right? If you verify that you automated the code and it pushed it to 8 servers and it went to all 8, great. What code is that replacing? I mean, I think it's important to validate everything that you did as well. And number 3, have a kill switch, some sort of big red button that is ultimately that, stop everything command, something that shuts down the system without needing to guess which server is misbehaving.
Yeah, and number 4, don't deploy major updates right before the market's open or before lunch or before a holiday or on a Friday or I guess don't ever deploy new code.
Yeah, well, as we were kind of getting through that part of the story, I was just cringing, going, "What are you doing right before the open of the?" Like, it's just
what could possibly
amateur
go
hour.
wrong? Night Capital isn't alone. IT blunders are everywhere. British Airways unplugged a data center and cost themselves $100 million.
Yeah, CrowdStrike. I feel like we've talked about this one before. Pushed a bad update and blue screen half of the planet.
And Samsung employees accidentally uploaded proprietary code to ChatGPT.
Yeah, so it's not always a hacker in a hoodie. It could just be a guy named Dave in the data center with a typo.
Hey, to all the Daves out there, sorry, man.
Yeah. Sorry, Dave. I think, to me, Chris, just my last thought on this is we talk about cyber resiliency, and notice that's not a cyber security statement. That's digital cyber resiliency, and that's what all this kind of comes into. So anyway, this has been episode 1 of IT Blunders, part of our True Cybercrimes podcast. Next week, we're going to dive into the Samsung secret sauce leak, the day employees accidentally gave away the company's biggest secret to an AI chatbot. That is not shocking at all.
And spoiler alert, it wasn't me.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll catch you next week, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Nick.